Hello, this is Bonsai, or known as XL, and I'm just using this deadly bow, and I was just basically on a rampage with this mall suit, and yeah, dude, this thing is oof, I love it. Now I just gave this mobile suit a Xbox 360 alien color, and yo, that looks really nice. I really love the whole color type of frame on this thing. I basically, just basically recorded videos of this mole suit, and yeah, this thing just claps and does this whole sort of demise on this thing. As you can see, there is a Zero Shiki right behind him, and right there at that moment, that Zero Shiki, I was using the Dresden as cover. You can use down mobile suits as cover. Really nice stuff. Zero Shiki used his dodge roll, hard stuff. The thing about the Zero Shiki, I feel like the beam gun is just not enough. I just feel like it doesn't do enough damage. But if you are precise non-stop, you could do some really sick stuff. And yeah, I'm just coming in here using this mole suit. My mole suit cockpit smells like goddamn freaking goddamn Fritos all up in here. So too bad I can't say anything in these chats. And the thing is that way back we were able to say things at the very beginning of the matches, the games and this and that, and I just felt like whoever took that down is just kind of frustrating. It's very frustrating stuff, because I want to say things that would be helpful for our team, because dude, I swear to God, man. I've always been a really strategic player. Like, I swear to God, I played Shogun. I played all sort of Total War games. I think I probably played almost every single Total War game out there. And except for the Rome, I haven't played any for the Romes, the Rome 2s. Those are really cool. I really want to get myself really into those in my PC. I might probably get myself into it. Yeah. This mole suit is just not your average Joe. As you can see, we have a other team member in our team that's using a Bao. And yeah, man, it's basically not even a raid, dude. I swear to God, this thing is not even a raid. It's like a general, dude. Why do I say it's like a general? It's because of the double swing. It's kind of like wild in a way. Look at that. I was able to slash that man right there. Now that guy using the DJ, oh man, I was finally able to buy that thing in the shop, and I just realized how good that freaking mole suit is. It's just rapid, The whole sort of switcheroo on that mole suit is insane. As you can see, my bow accidentally hit me. Understandable. Right over here, I was basically surrounded. I wanted to drop my rockets into that whole sector. And man, oh man, the rockets on this mole suit, mwah, I freaking love this thing. Now, yeah, relentless. Now over here at this sector right here, really good stuff. But yeah, I played games like whatchamacallit, I think it was like Halo Reach or something like that. I kind of give this mobile suit a kind of a greenish color, because I was thinking about like the whole Xbox scenario. I used the Xbox one, like the very first one. That thing was really cool way back. I remember the good old-fashioned opening on that thing, and there was a a strategy game called Halo Wars, and Halo Wars was like pretty damn freaking fun online. I remember that, and I remember I just kept on spamming scarabs, and when I would spam scarabs into the matches, it was just really fun. And it was really fun at those those times. But I don't think there's that many people who play the Xbox 360 series anymore. The PS3, I was really into like a Red Faction strategy game, and another thing that is a really good strategy game, as stupid as it sounds, a very good strategy game for you to learn is chess. Always take the time and try to learn chess. Chess is pretty fun, when you're playing with people. I remember when I was playing chess with a bunch of people way back in classes and friends and this and that, people, family, going out. I played chess a lot, but I've never went to like those championships, and people who do chess in those championships, they're really good. They're freaking masters. They're people who do chess from Germany, Russia, all over the world. They do some really good strategy. They take you by surprise. They read you. Like, there's some players who know how to read you, but like, try to play chess against AI computers. If you ever play chess with AI computers, it's really freaking funny as hell. A way that I've learned how to play chess is because of a book called Bobby Fischer. And if you ever have the time or money, it's just only like $5. Just buy a book from Bobby Fischer. It teaches you ways and strategy of how to win. And this guy Bobby Fischer basically challenged almost the most dangerous players in the world. It's pretty insane stuff. As you can see, I was able to get a really nice solid game right here. This was a really legit game. But to be honest, sometimes I really gotta get myself some goddamn drugs, cause I play better with my goddamn drugs. But sadly, I don't. So, oh well. I have to make do what I have. And yeah, this mole suit is pretty damn intimidating, very dangerous. I'm playing with a bunch of high tier players, and having this modified stuff right here, stat. Look at this man, paralyzed. You literally paralyze players with this freaking mole suit. Really nice stuff. I love it. I'm so glad that this mobile suit doesn't have specific things. Now, I swear to God, man, the rockets on this is very dangerous. You can do time trials. If you ever do time trials with this mobile suit, it's really solid stuff. Poor support, couldn't do anything. That is the new mobile suit. I'm not going to say its name. Its name is really difficult. And yeah, insane stuff. This thing, very fun to use. I was using a Qblade. I was doing 1v1s with this guy, and this guy, he was basically killing me over and over. He was just a really good S- player, but I was able to kill him just only once. So it's just like really hilarious. But it's just, that's the thing. There's always going to be someone better than you, no matter what. And that's the thing. But I don't got time to just roast my own like mobile suit. And I swear to God, man, sometimes I just be roasting my goddamn coffee in here. I mean, it be smelling like goddamn coffee. Solid stuff. And that's the good old-fashioned mole suit right there. There's some mole suits I really would love to pull. But man, oh man, it's sad stuff when you're fighting against a support. Supports have a hard time trying to fight, you know, raids. But these two supports were working together. Look at that. Real nice stuff. Effective teamwork. But sadly, you know, our team members were basically ahead. I'm not sure how that thing is spelled. Zaza? Zaza? Wazaza? Wazat? Wasabi? But, you know, that's the thing about, you know, supports. They're just really so osoi. You know, they're just really slow and majority of the times. And they struggle trying to, you know, freaking ute your ass. You know, they just need to learn how to freaking fire their freaking guns. And yeah, it's just sad, man. Every single time when I'm using a support, I don't get, you know, good games instantaneously. I get good games with the support after, you know, matches later. But there are some supports, you know, there are some exceptions. Like the 7th Gundam is really good. That Palace is really good. You can go, you know, back to back, getting first place or second place that lawsuit. The dreaded GBO2 is, Jesus Christ, man. I get really frustrated when I'm trying to fight GBO2. But, you know, players use the GBO2 because they feel really safe using it, which is understandable. As you can see, I was able to stagger that Dresden. If I had a choice between this mole suit and the Dresden, I choose this one. Why? Because, you know, this mole suit can stagger 3 opponents in the same time. I mean, like, it's insane stuff. Very quick, very agile. Look at that. I'm getting smacked by a bunch of mole suits right there. But yeah, dude. This thing paralyzes for days, dude. I'm just pretty damn natural in you know, quick games and rated matches, but I do not want to do rated matches because, you know, I just don't want to deal with really pissed off players all the time, and it's really frustrating. It gives me a headache. I don't like doing things that just give me a headache. You know, I hope you understand. But yeah, you know, I just want to play this game just for the fun. You know, I don't mind giving out tips here and there, and, you know, sometimes giving out those tips are very useful. As you can see, you know, you're gonna run into players who, you know, really love to, you know, kill you on 1v1s in this match. And when I'm talking about those players, they're gonna be players who are, you know, A pluses or S minuses, high tier players. They just, you know, they just abuse these buildings, and they would just hide behind those buildings, and sometimes I'm just like, I just don't got time to chase you, you know what I mean? And you know, in other maps, it's just so fun, because when you're fighting against opponents out in the open, that's where, you know, everything gets really nice, needy, greedy, dirty. I love that feeling. As you can see, there is a support going after me. I don't know what was he thinking. Poor man. Look at this. Savage, dude. Savage stuff. And look at that. I basically evened the odds with this thing. And, you know, by the time when my team members basically came into the match, they were just like, oh crap. I wanted to go after this this Mark II because I feel like the Mark II was just much more of a decent target at that specific moment. And, you know, the thing about raids is that don't get mad at raids, dude. Raids, they do the most hardest work. Well, not the hardest. It's the supports that do the hardest work. But, you know, when you're a raid, you have to fight through generals. No matter what, you have to fight to generals to get to the support. That's the whole strategy of using a raid. You have to fight generals. No matter who you are, you have to fight generals to, you know, catch the supports off guard. Now when you see the support by themselves, that's just a lucky nice kill. It's really solid stuff. And there are some really good support players, and yeah, I like those support players. You know, when I get knocked out in a raid by a support player, I'm just like, wow, that's pretty impressive, bro. Nice kill. I just wanted to go to this little section right here because I want to go to do the sabotage. And right here at the specific moment, I felt like my team kind of, you know, put too much of their, you know, health on a danger moment right there. They pushed a little bit too aggressively, but I believe the enemy players were able to stop him from doing things. I want to go after Dresden. I messed up. I got into a really bad particular specific reason, and this mole suit was fast enough to slash an opponent. And at that specific moment, you know, like I was like, what happened to our guys? I was like kind of like goddamn outnumbered right there. Now when you are using a raid, you are going to get outnumbered by yourself, and it's really hard. But you know, when you're using a mobile suit like this goddamn general, when you're using this general, I swear to God, man, it's just hilarious when you're fighting off a whole group of guys. The maneuver armor just makes this thing really solid, man. Now, you know, the thing about raids is that majority of them have maneuver armor, and maneuver armor is something that's really amazing. It's a really amazing thing. Over here I was able to attack this Dresden, trying to go after this guy because it was just a really dangerous opponent to just leave around sulking. Right over here I was able to boost. Really solid stuff. This man is smacking me. GBO2 did some nice work right there and saved my butt. Now at this specific moment, I wanted to take the opportunity to go after this support. The thing is, it's like, it's okay to, you know, take the kills. It's either better to take that kill than, you know, having your enemy just wander around and just hitting your guys over and over again. That is not good news. That's the thing, you know, people with low HP can take a game by surprise, you know, shit like that always happens. And yeah. And majority of the time when when a support sees this mobile suit, it's like a goddamn deer in a headlight, like over and over again. And yeah, it's just like when you get killed in a support, it's just like, it feels kind of like zombie. It's like, oh, you know, like, it's like, oh, I don't want to fight this guy. Like, I love this game, you know. I love this game because of one reason: Gundam. I've always been into Gundam when I was little, you know. Like, I could, you know, choose either to play, you know, PUBG. I can either choose play COD, but I choose to play this game. And don't say this game is like Fortnite. It's nothing like Fortnite. You're not going around grabbing goddamn body plates or armor parts for your character, and building things. This is nothing like freaking Fortnite. This is basically a beatdown strategy game, dude. To be honest, it's a really precise shooter. When you're gonna shoot your beam, it's gonna land there. It's not gonna miss. And man, oh man, dude, I love the color scheme that I put on this bow. The bow, oh, I feel like every single color scheme of the bow is really nice. Like, it's a really nice color scheme for the bow. The Shinanju, like the Shinanju color scheme is really nice. Oh man, dude, like, I think, man, I would love a 160 scale of a Shinanju. Like, if I ever had a 160 scale of the Shinanju, I'm gonna probably like scream. I'm gonna scream like a little girl. Ah! You know what I mean? I'm just kidding. But it's just something like that would be really dope. Yeah. As you can see, there is going to be a player right here, and he was doing an absolutely amazing job. Look at this support, evading the raid. Look at this man. I give this man like a freaking 12 out of 10 skill. Look at this man. He's basically surrounding me like a goddamn freaking Apache helicopter, aiming at a freaking car. Like, he's just encircling me, which is really good strategy. I haven't been able to do a encircle strategy like that in a very long time, but when that shit happens, it's really cool. And there's also another strategy I've learned from Roos. It's called the pincer technique. The pincer technique is taking an opponent by two sides, and yeah, it's a really good strategy. It's really effective. Now, a really good strategy that is also effective is relocating, striking right here, striking right there, it's guerrilla tactics. Guerrilla tactics is very effective in a lot of games. I've seen players, and when I mean players, I've seen players, I believe it was in DayZ, something like that, where there was this player that took down a whole convoy. It literally reminded me of the movie, what the hell is that movie called? What the fuck was that movie called? Patriot. Yes, that movie Patriot. Like, they would call this man the Ghost. Yeah, it was just like that. I was like, yo, that was insane stuff. And DayZ is not like any sort of typical game. Once you die, you die. And this guy was able to surprise a whole freaking convoy by himself. That shit exists. You know why he's able to surprise a whole convoy like that? Is because shit like that is in your blood. It's way back in the past. Something like that just gets passed down through generations, and it's the things that literally tell you in your mind. And yeah, dude, things like that is insane. There's just so many interesting true stories. There are some stories that you cannot trust. Some stories are just absolutely false. And yeah, guerrilla tactics is a fucked up, like, it's a really effective messed up strategy, but it works. Now, another strategy in this game. Another strategy in this game is, make opponents shoot their own allies. It's a really effective strategy when you're trying to do this. You can do this in a lot of games. If one enemy is shooting and there's a player right in front of them, their own allies, if you can line that enemy player onto the other enemy player, the enemy player is going to shoot his own ally in the back of his head. Or another strategy is that if there's an enemy player that's using a heavy machine gun, you can make that enemy player shoot their whole goddamn enemy team. I'm not BSing. Shit like that actually happens. Now, another strategy with this game, if there's an enemy player that's using artillery, you can literally disguise your artillery on top of their artillery. So, you can literally drop artillery on top of the opponents. There's just so many different ways. It's just you get really creative. And yeah, it's natural, if you feel like it's if you think that's like really psychotic type of thing, nah, it's basically your past genes. It's the stuff that's just really kicking into your mentality. And yeah, it's very interesting stuff. And if you ever want to get into strategy, there's another book called Erwin Rommel. Erwin Rommel is a really strategic, interesting story. It's a story of a German general, and this German general, he would always fight for his own country. He fought for the Wehrmacht. He wasn't a Nazi. He fought for his own country, and that's basically almost every single country. It's understandable when you're trying to fight for your own country, but during that time, the ideals wasn't like the sort of ideals that you get really used to. And the whole story about Erwin Rommel had like the most interesting like strategy, and these are life and death strategies, literally fucking life and death strategies put to to gaming strategies. And real life strategies is very effective in games. And as messed up as it sounds, real life strategies is nothing that you're really used to. Now, let's just say, look at that GBO2. Let's just say if that GBO2 was planning to launch its rockets. The rocket explosions can, in theory, shoot enemy players. So let's just say he uses his rockets right next to me and I'm right next to an enemy player. I can bait that GBO2 to land those rockets right next to me to attack the enemy player. And look at this. Savage, dude. This model suit's so savage. I went for the second freaking beam attack with this model suit. Really nice game, this thing. Insane, dude. Look at that. Fighting high tier players with this thing. Now, if you really want to get into freaking detail, there are players that they are used to every single little pixel. Like they're used to every little pixel. They'd be like, oh, I'm going to shoot right through this hole, and I know for a fact shooting right through this hole is going to hit that enemy player over there. When you're fighting enemy players, they're adversaries. You know, they're adversaries like you, and you just gotta keep that in mind because you know they they play for fun. You know what I mean? Sorry for these goddamn freaking stuff that keeps on popping out. But yeah, very very effective stuff. Now, you know, if you ever get thrown into, you know, prison, into another country, you know, the thing is that you would do everything you can, you know, what the last, you know, will you have, the last strength you have, you're gonna do everything you can to survive. And you know, that's the thing, you know, being a human is a survival mentality. I've never been ever put into, like, you know, those scenarios, but I would be prepared. That's the thing. You know, like my car explodes. Like, if my car ever explodes, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm kind of glad I wasn't in my car that time. You know, like, the scenarios are just so goddamn freaking, you know, random. You know, and there is possibilities that cars can explode. You can literally put something in a freaking car cap, and you can just make it explode. It's really fudged up, and yeah, things just happen randomly. You don't ever expect it. Just like the what's that goddamn show called? 1,000 Ways to Die. That show is really hilarious. Like, I've seen some pretty damn funny stuff. I was just like, what? How did someone die like that? There'd be like a death on a wheelchair. There'd be a death on, you know, the airplane flight. You know, it's all the stuff that they basically showed in that show was pretty damn interesting stuff. Just like, yo, I didn't know someone could die like that way. You know, it's just, they say some pretty damn interesting, wild stuff. And if you ever, you know, if you ever are bored, you want to take your time watching something, that thing is pretty damn worth the watch too. Yeah, Batwoman, oof, I freaking love this mole suit. Very amazing, as a matter of fact. It makes me so goddamn freaking, you know, my booty hard, man. It's just, oof, butt clencher, for reals, man. Butt clencher. And you know, as you can see, there are a lot of my players that they wanted to stick around. I don't like running away all the way in the back anymore. Like, I used to do that. Now I don't do that because I want to give my opponents a fighting chance. Because, you know, I'm not a big fan of just like running away. But, you know, I want the opponent to have a fighting chance, and I just want them to have, you know, a good feeling of clutch, you know. Like, something clutch just feels so good. So good when your whole team is trying to stop a really aggressive team. And you know, clan matches are really aggressive. Like, I swear to God, man. Now, as you can see, I did a really good job in that match. Really effective, as a matter of fact. Very nice. I love it. So we'll get first place. And yeah, this mole suit is the best. It's best suited for space. And when you're using this mole suit in space, goddamn, feels goddamn spatialicious. I swear to God, man. When you're using this mole suit, it's a very effective adversary. Now, there are some mole suits in 550 that you gotta keep an eye out for, And Striker Customs. Striker Custom can mess up a 550 battle rating. Camper, oof, solid stuff. The Rick Diaz, it has a really good variety in space, and a Rick Diaz is really amazing in space. On ground, it's alright, but on space, that's where it's just like really nice. It's got like a infinity boost or something like that, which is really freaking awesome. And players that you have to watch out for. And some players you have to literally search up who they are. Some players are, you know, tournament players, and you know, tournament players are extremely dangerous. And the thing is like you know, these major league players are the ones that you want to keep an eye out. And majority of these major league players, they are, you know, they get chosen, they get lucky for, you know, fighting really good players, or they are just absolutely really good, like really good players. Like they know every single like odds and ends of, you know, specific games. And for me, getting around that, you know, criteria, around that range of, you know, major league players, I am capable of, but I do not have the money to, you know, like waste and spend on specific things. Some players, they just only need a remote. That's all they need, and they can do some really, you know, nice stuff. You know, like throughout these moments, like I'm just using a broken ass remote, and I'm doing some really insane stuff. And you know, like EA players, you know, Major League players, World of Warcraft players, you know, Fortnite Major League players. You know, these guys, they get paid, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars, you know. Or, you know, COD players, or what's that one game? I'm trying to remember what that one game was called. But yeah, dude. Very dangerous players when they're in major leagues. Major league players like World of Tanks, you know. I'm not sure if there are any racing game, you know, events. I know for a fact there was a major players for, you know, people who are going to be championships for Pac-Man as, you know, getting the most, you know, score. And you know, there are some things in Pac-Man, like there's a point in Pac-Man that you can literally hide in this corner, and it was basically like a pause. Like it's basically a pause button to keep you relaxed and, you know, keep you, you know, not getting killed by the little guys, man. And yeah, there's a lot of secrets that gamers are able to pull off. Really puzzling too. Some players are just so goddamn puzzling, and they just do things like phenomenal. I've ran to a lot of those phenomenal players in this game, and yeah, it's just insane stuff. Very insane, phenomenal players where they legitimately, and when I mean legitimately, feel like the goddamn anime type of shit, you know, like it's freaking wild stuff. Wild stuff. And you know, it's not like the players in, you know, Battlefield. where you can chase the dude down and, you know, eventually kill him, or like the COD players where you can chase the dude down and eventually kill him. There are some players who are, you know, naturally good at shooting at the head. Shooting at the head is, you know, the big thing. And in this game, shooting at the head, it's just a whole different story. You don't want to shoot at the head, you want to shoot at the legs to, you know, paralyze mobile suits. And shooting at the head in this game is just non-existent. It's like, what's the whole point of shooting like opponents in the head? Now, I swear to God, it's just really interesting stuff. Like there are programs on the PC where, you know, it teaches you how to shoot targets in a fast, rapid succession. Like they would, I'm not sure what sort of program it was called, but there's like so many programs where it teaches you how to shoot players in the head. You know, headshots are, you know, the key of a lot of games. Now, yeah, insane stuff. I really love the whole sort of gaming stuff. I was basically, you know, into gaming for a very long time. I love it. Everything about it, every bit and bob of it. Would I ever stop gaming? Not really. I don't think I'll ever stop gaming. And you know, there are other things in reality, like reality stuff, that I have to focus on, you know, to do whatever I can to play games, you know what I mean? And that's what it is. It's just things that just takes your fun. It's supposed to make you feel good, you know, like single player games. You don't have to worry about, you know, multiplayer. It's really nice stuff. But up here, I was going after this GBO1, wanted to go after him. Stupid fast mole suit. Good thing to take him out. As you can see, me and this guy right here, who is literally right next to me, is doing a really nice job. Right over here, try to go after the support. Bye support. And yeah, really nice mole suit. Absolutely dangerous. And I can see this man basically was trying to run away, and the time was out. Now, yeah, that's about it. See y'all.